All right. Welcome to another episode of Sunny Days at the Racetrack. How we doing, brother? It's been a
Yeah,
while.
it's been a minute.
Shit. Look at this guy with no facial hair on his face.
Not clean shaven today.
Nothing. This is awful. Still, it's a shame. Shameful. And it's been so long. You've had all this time to get it back, and you
It's
did.
been a minute. It's probably been since May?
It's been a minute since the end of the season. Yeah, end of playoffs for us.
So, yeah, April and May. That's when we
Yeah, but
start.
listen, the Rangers did not win. The Rangers got eliminated. This is great.
great.
Florida won. And
It's a good series, too.
Crazy series, almost a historical
say.
series. I mean,
Very good series, man. Game
Jesus.
7 for the Stanley Cup. That's awesome.
yeah, I mean, and coming back too, down 3-0. I really was
That
kind
was
of
pretty
hoping
nuts.
for Edmonton to pull it off, just to do something that hasn't happened since '42. It would have been crazy. Holy shit! Oh my god!
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's been nuts.
All right, well, draft is over. I'm obviously now. I talked about it in the last episode. This guy was getting married. I'm married now with this fucking ring on my finger. Look at that.
No, it's kid.
Wow, I'm welcome. I'm joining the club over here. But yeah, wedding, honeymoon, all that stuff. So I missed the draft. I missed all the good details. But we got some.
We got prospects again.
We have prospects. Holy shit, we do. Some decent guys too. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you said you were talking about Eisman with me before the show.
Yeah, he's
so-
gonna be. He's our first rounder. We got. We haven't had a first round pick in a while too.
Yeah. So number 22.
That was
I'll take it. Number 20 overall.
I think our last first round pick was Holstrom in 2019. I think that was our last first round pick.
Is that really the last time?
Our last first round pick, I think, was Holstrom. Yeah, it's nuts. It's 5 years.
Wasn't Rati?
I don't think so. No, this is first round picks.
First round picks. Yeah, because we got some good guys in second and third round. We got some steals.
Yeah,
Dufour and all that stuff.
I mean, Rodsy's gone anyway, so
yeah, I know. I mean, he felt like a first round pick giving him up. So, shit. Yeah, I mean, what are we going to talk about? So we got Yzerman, right? What do you like about the kid?
I like him. Definitely could score. I heard he's a little bit of like a hog with the puck, but definitely knows how to put the net. Put the puck in the net. So, I mean, he's not going to play for us for a little bit, but at least we get to see him develop. So I'm excited for that. I think it's be good. I think some bigger news is our Lou's making some signings, man.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Lou's made some moves.
Lou's made some. I think he did good in the draft, though. We did. Yeah, we got to pick each round, and that's nice. It's not all a bunch in the 5th and 6th. So Yzerman, it was good. I'm definitely happy.
Yzerman was, I mean, the things that I've heard is that he's a physical guy too, which I like. Some things that sounds like under hockey, and he likes to shoot from anywhere. Like you said, he hogs the puck. So these are all good things, man. I mean, we need a fucking shooter on this team. We need somebody that's going to
and some young guys too. We need
young guys that want to shoot first, ask questions later. Following the steps of Horvat and Nelson. Seriously, just shoot the fucking
dude.
puck.
Nelson and Horvat had a power for a season for them, man. I mean, it's awesome having Horvat with us. It really. Having the first year was great, but last year's is awesome.
Yeah, Barzal is back in form. I mean, goddamn. I was talking about it last season, obviously before we had this show, but I had a blog talking about whether the team or not plays better without him because of his constant mistakes and puck hogging and doing the same moves, becoming predictable, turnovers. And I mean, man, it's like he read it or some shit, and he decided to make me eat my words because what a fucking season he had. I mean, his two-way game was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Definitely
some of these games, man, I mean, he was the best player on the ice, and that's not something that we got to see very often over the last couple of years. So it's nice to see him come in and just fucking
turn this team around a little bit. Yeah.
Holy shit, yeah. I mean, it's nice. It's really, really good. But yeah, and then with the other picks, I mean, we got a nice big defenseman. In there.
Yeah,
I think he's Swedish. Not Swedish, Finland, I think.
Gotcha, yeah, somewhere over there. No, good.
Yeah, Finland. Sorry, I'm cheating, everybody.
He's
6'6". I saw 220. Big motherfucker.
Big dude, bro.
So that's what I like to see. Some big bodies on there. Apparently, he's offensive too. So I don't know. A lot of these guys are in their 20s, so things change over time.
When you play in those lower leagues, it's easier. You know what I mean?
It's different. And then we got goalies too. One Russian goalie
off the draft, and then we got one off waivers. We got that guy from Ottawa. What was his name? Hogberg or Horberg?
Oh yeah, he's fucking awful. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Him, so
he has NHL experience. I mean, who knows? Maybe he might have a better season. But
we lost Appleby, so I guess that's why we picked him up. So he's gonna be probably like a Bridgeport guy, and then
I'm sure.
We still have Tikkanen we still have.
Yeah.
For Bridgeport, and then the other one's like Sakic or something like that. So
the goalie,
it looks like they're trying to build up our minor leagues too. That's what it looks like, right?
Yeah, because a lot of guys are out, which we were talking about before too.
Yeah.
That we lost Koivula, Isakov. I know a lot of people were excited about him and his speed.
Tough.
Yeah, that's a hard loss. But it's one thing that I mentioned too when he got kind of thrown in playoffs and and even in the last game of the season against Schittsburg. He looked to be out of his element because he wasn't big enough. He definitely wasn't strong enough on the puck.
We said that too in one of the episodes. Like he would look small on the ice. So.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you got guys that are smaller, but they're strong in the puck. He's definitely not ready. At least he wasn't ready last season to kind of make a big stride in the playoffs. And it's nice that he was thrown in. It's one of those scenarios where it's like you're going to do the best you can at that point. But, yeah, I mean, definitely wasn't strong enough. I mean, Pajot is not the biggest guy, but he's strong in that puck. There's guys that are smaller in this league, but they gotta train and work a different way. He's young. I'm sure he'll be better at some point, but he's in the KHL, right? He went to the KHL back.
Yeah, so he went to one of the Moscow teams. I think, but we still have his rights until he's 27 or 28. Yeah. So he's turning into his 24th year. I mean,
he's not going to get taller. That's for sure.
No. But that's the thing, like you said, with like Pajot, another one is Riley. Like, yeah, they're smaller guys, but they compensate somewhere else. Riley's really fast. Yeah, you know what I mean. Riley's really fast. Pajot is just like a jack of all trades guy. Yeah, but it definitely sucks to kind of like see our. He's a 2-time All-Star with Bridgeport, and he was leading in their offense and like in their power play. But who stayed that's not far behind him is Maggio. Yeah, he's right behind him in points at least. Yeah, so definitely excited to at least have him come back for another season.
Yeah, he's another talented guy, and you got to hope in a scenario like this opens the door for him to shine even more, and opportunities for him during training camp if he can prove himself. Great things. Lots of opportunities for a lot of guys. I know we lost Salo too, which sucks, and we lost.
Salo never panned out though. I mean, he had his chance since like 2016. We've had him, and nothing really came about. His time kind of came and went.
He really had a good season, not last season, but the season prior. That was probably the biggest that he shined. And I was very surprised that he really wasn't put in under Lambert to start, especially with how porous. But hey, you should smack him. I don't know if she can hear me, but you should smack him for doing this right now.
You see that sign?
What do you got?
It's 321.
All right. So yeah, no, you're right, man. I mean, Salo wasn't surprised. Really, the losses there's Ishikov and Kavoila. I don't know how to say his name, but him.
Yeah, Koivula. That sucks losing him, and then losing Aho was the Schittsburg too for cheap, really cheap.
These guys are cheap. I mean, I think we're signing. I could be wrong. I think we're signing Holmstrom for less than $1 million. I think his contract is going to be $875. That's what we have for him. Yeah, that's crazy. And that's one of our top guys.
He's definitely very skilled, and he has a high ceiling too. That's the thing.
And his IQ is there. Him and Pajot work like any line.
His IQ is off the charts. I mean, that's the little things.
I think something's going to happen with Lou. So we have our cap space is about $1 million. So I think we're always going to re-sign Holmstrom, and then what comes into place is Clutterbuck and Martin. Martin's either going to be with us or he's going to retire, I think. But Clutterbuck has no offer so far this season. So I don't think we're going to put him on waivers and then throw him into Bridgeport. I think is a possibility that I can see them both coming back this season. And I was dead against that last year. I'm like, oh, there's no way. Maybe we'll have Clutterbuck. Clutterbuck, I think, is like 36 or 37 now. But, there's a good chance with what Lou's doing that we sign them both next year.
It would be weird to see them back. It would be nice, familiar, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like the team needs to move forward. And I love Matt Martin and I love Cal.
And that's what I think they're doing. It's nice to see them because Bridgeport had a shit year last year. It's nice to see I think management actually gives a shit by signing this kid Foudy, by getting a few goalies to go down there, losing Ishikov. So I feel like we're gonna have a lot of two-way contracts between Bridgeport, which make them do well, and then hopefully throw a few games with them. Foudy's gonna be probably a few games in the island too to play next year. Really develop. He didn't play a whole lot of NHL so far. I think he's 105 games in 6 years in the NHL,
which is not a lot.
Not a lot.
But look at guys like Gauthier and Gauthier is still.
I forgot about Gauthier.
Gauthier and Riley, both guys that didn't have a ton of NHL experience, but they work well in the system. Riley got rewarded for a monster season that he had. We kept talking about him almost every episode.
We threw a contract at him.
Exactly. Talk about him almost every episode about how consistent the guy was and how he brought a different element to this team. It was an element that it kind of felt like having Letty back a little bit. Somebody to kind of quarterback the power play, to lead in on the rush. It is great to have somebody like him on there with his skating. I mean, unbelievable. And he earned his contract.
100%.
And he's not expensive. It's great to have a guy like that. So, especially in many different scenarios.
And the big elephant in the room is Duclair, having him being signed with us. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
10-year vet.
10-year vet. He definitely
has been on a lot of teams. So he's played with a lot of people.
And
it's a 4-year contract.
And Wah, he said about Wah that Wah called him and told him, "I want you on the team." And they've had experience. He's had him, work with him before. So he knows how Wah is, and I'm sure that's a big pull for him to come to the island. Coaches are going to do that. General managers are going to do that. They're going to call players directly and try to, sweeten them up a little bit. But when somebody like Patrick Wah calls you, it's a little different. It's very, very different.
Didn't Wah coach him at some point?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They've had a relation. And when he was younger.
Yes.
Okay. So I think in juniors or something like that.
Juniors. You're right, juniors.
So he knows him well.
I think he's going to be a first-line guy. I think what they're going to do is we had Cizikas, right? We had Cizikas the latter half of the season playing on the first line. I think you take Cizikas out and put him on the second maybe?
It depends on who he fits well with. I mean, Cizikas is a dog, so he'll go anywhere that you want him. But it's then how does he pair up with the second line? I mean, you kind of have to.
Your second line right now is going to be right now it's going to be Palmieri, Nelson, and then Lee. What was it? Lee on the second at some point last year.
They had Engvall and they moved Lee. I don't think either guy deserved to be on the second line. So to me, in my eyes, unless there's a complete turnaround this offseason and training camp, they come in with this different kind of level to their game.
Yeah.
Zizekas deserves to continue to be on the first line because of how great he plays.
He plays on the power play too.
Or play on the second line. But that has to be a different second line. It's going to be a revamped second line.
Because I see Duclair's going to be on the first line with Bowen, Barzal. I just see that.
But if you don't change it, this first line with Cizikas on there was still pretty stellar. Still pretty good. And having Duclair on the second line, now you move Engvall out because Engvall was fucking dragging ass.
Engvall had a slow start, man. And he had droughts.
And he had a slow finish. So, and not really eventful in the playoffs. So to me, you have a guy like Duclair on that line. Now you got Palmieri, you got Duclair, and you got Nelson in the middle. That's a deadly line too. There's a lot.
What's going to happen with Pajot? That's who I'm worried about. What's going to happen with Pajot?
I would hate to see him go. I know people keep talking about that.
People keep him in the trade block.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. I don't get why we got to put him in the trade block. We have so many other players that you could try to bundle up together. Like Engvall and Fasching, to me, could be – they're not producing. They're not the guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? You could bundle those two together and just send them off. I don't want to lose Pajot. I feel like he's the jack of all trades guy. Love to have him on the team.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm a big Pajot guy, but it's more the thing. It's like what's providing value, what's the size of the contract. His contract is pretty big.
And he's not young though, so you know what I mean. Like he was with Ottawa for 7 or 8 seasons. Now this is his 4th season with us. So I don't really see how. I don't see him getting a huge contract from anybody else.
He's not. But it's more of like us dumping him, which I don't want to do because it's like he's too valuable in all these little small situations that people don't think about.
No, that's the thing. They don't think about the unsung hero work.
Yeah, that's what he does. No,
he's a great guy.
And you need to have that. So, yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of questions in the air. We got a lot of young guys coming in. Yeah. We have small moves.
What's the other guy's name? With the T. Oh, my God.
Siplakov. That we got.
Siplakov, there you go.
Yeah, we got him before. We got him at the trade
I think during playoffs or something like that.
Yeah, trade deadline. I think we got something like that. I think we got him. He's another guy. I remember we were saying it. He's another guy that has some grit. He'd be a good third, fourth line guy.
I've seen him go in the third line. That's what people have been talking about. So this season's gonna be a totally different roster.
It's gonna be a different Islanders. I mean, it's
gonna be a different.
I think it's time now to kind of like shake things up and add some youth to the team, because look at. You got a team like the Rangers that did so well. They let the young guys. They let the young guys play, and they fucking led the charge. Just fucking do it.
You're gonna have your line leaders. You're gonna have your line leaders, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be a different Islanders team going into this season. Yeah. I mean, the only line that's really gonna be somewhat the same as maybe the first with Bo and Barzal. After that, it's gonna be free range.
Yeah, which is
because now you have youth to spread around. Yeah. So.
And it's weird to think that we're not going to have the same fourth line we've had for
I think it's going to be
many
Riley
years now,
and maybe Foudy. Riley. I mean, but don't forget McLean though.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You got McLean. So if Cizikas moves back down, where the fuck do you put McLean? You put him on the wing? I don't know. I mean, he's got the speed for it, but he's great. He's great in that fucking center spot. To me, I think Cizikas' time in the fourth line is over. He's really showed to everybody that he can fucking do it. Yeah. He adds a different element, man, to a top line. You need to have a guy like that sometimes in your top.
It was crazy seeing him the first couple of games in the top line, but then watching him like just easily adjust to have him with Barzal and Bo. It was nice. So the guy is not done, man, and he's very good.
Yeah,
he's very good. So I mean, definitely has some work cut out for him, and I'm sure he knows what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely excited for the season. It's going to be a different Islanders team. You know, it's not going to be it's not the same.
It's Waz going to get a full offseason, which we've been talking about. Yeah. I'm very, very confident in him, man. I mean,
Duclair's big. I'm definitely excited about Duclair. And then I think we did re-sign McLean, if I'm not mistaken.
We did.
And now you have Riley back. So you got some familiar faces, some new faces. It's going to be good.
Yeah, so some old faces out, a lot of minor league guys. And then possibly Clutter and Martin. We might not see them again. At least not in an Islanders jersey. Like I said,
I could see Martin gone, and then I could see Clutterbuck somewhere else. That's really it.
I honestly, if Martin retired as an Islander, it'd be poetic.
Jersey in the rafters, I think.
Yeah, I would love that, right? Fuck, man. I mean, fucking our enforcer, man. I love that man.
I think.
Shit. So, yeah, man. Right. It's been an off season that's get out of here. It's been an off season that's been louder than I thought it was going to be, especially right at the start.
Oh my god, it wasn't complacent at all. Once I saw I got nervous. Once I saw I can't say his name, Kavoila, Aho, Salo, and then Ishkov leave. I was like, oh my god, this is kind of crazy. I know they had a bad season. Don't get me wrong, but then all of a sudden, Foudy comes in, Duclair comes in. We got the third, and then Appleby left. I'm like, oh man. So then we started. But our draft was good. We had a good draft. So I was like, we have our first time in a while talent. From your first, second, and third round, it's happening. Yeah. So they give a shit. They give a shit, and then they're gonna sign these guys. Hopefully, God willing, 2-year deals. And then don't forget, we got that one kid, the Long Island native, Marshall Warren.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited what they're gonna do with him.
You're right. Listen, we got a lot of guys that could fill in if they decide to start in Bridgeport. We got a lot of guys that can fill in, and training camp is going to be a different. Training camp under Wah is going to be very, very different than what it's been. Obviously, Trotz had monster training camps. You know that.
Yeah.
But having Wah in there, it's going to be nice. It's going to be familiar but different. And he's all about speed, keeping the puck in front of you. Go, go, go. So,
and it looks like we're going to have Varley and Sorokin back for the next season. That's what it's looking like.
So far, unless we make some sort of a move. I mean, I'd rather have Varley as a backup than Hogberg. But listen, I don't know. And especially how Sorokin fucking played, you want to be able to be secure in your goaltending position.
It's a good duo, man.
But at the same time, I think we're going to see a different Sorokin next season. I hope I'm right. I think he's going to come in for fucking blood, and he's like, I'm not giving up any more goals. I would love to see that, some sort of monster fucking start to this season, and this guy's just like, there's nothing getting by me. I'm sorry. Like, you might as well go back home, get on the bus.
2021, Sorokin.
Get on the bus, go home. You want to see a fucking 9.8 fucking save percentage. You're going to see it. He's going to do something ridiculous. I hope so. I mean, I'm
hoping for that, and I'm hoping for another Winter Classic this year. That'd be great. Stadium Series. I'm sorry, Stadium Series.
Listen, I don't care. Whatever the fuck they want to call it. To me, it's cold, and I'm outside, and I'm watching the best game in the world. So that's what I love to see.
At least we're back on the mic. Season's going to be here before I know it. No,
October can't come fast enough.
2.5 months, we're back in it. So
I'm fucking excited. So... But listen, I don't know how long you have. I know you're in trouble. But
we'll wrap it up though. We talked. We at least we got back on. We broke the ice.
Yeah, I mean, little news here and there. Some big news.
It was a big week.
Big stuff. There's only so much we can really talk about with how much moves are made. But as things come in, we're gonna hop on here and listen. If it's quiet right now, I know that's how Lou is. I'm expecting something, hopefully, before training camp starts. And
when does training camp start?
Let me give you the date. I don't know off the top of my head.
They really need to move Bridgeport to the Coliseum.
You see they changed the logo?
Yeah, I did. It's pretty good.
I mean, listen, I get it. I still believe in the
Sound Tigers.
In the Long Island Sound Tigers. That's what we need. That's what we need. No, that's... I don't see it.
It should be relatively soon.
Yeah, you know what? They might not... Because they didn't announce the roster, so they might not have when it's going to start.
Right now it's projected Duclair to be in the first, and then oh man, that Tipsakov kid, whatever the heck his name is, to be in the third. Sapakov to be in the third.
Yeah,
that's what they're having. And then I think this Foudy guy is going to be down in Bridgeport a lot. Come up here for like an easy series against God willing, like San Jose. They got Celebrini. That's pretty big.
There's a lot of weird fucking moves, man. So many fucking moves.
I was like,
going to teams. Man. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
man. Crazy fucking shit. I mean,
I'm hoping we get something good. I mean, Stamkos is gone. He's
what the fuck? He's in Nashville now. Like, what the fuck? Trotz is like, hold my beer, everybody.
Man. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, man. I mean, if they didn't have a crazy enough fucking fan base, everyone's gonna be fucking shitting their pants when they see that guy in the ice. My God, just to put people in the seats is crazy. I mean,
he's good. He's good. Very good.
And Carolina lost everybody. What the fuck happened? They got gutted.
I don't get why they did that though, because it's not like they're out of the fight.
No, they're not. They added some people and they kept some good defensive guys. They added Slavin, Jacob Slavin.
They still have they still have that oh my God, I forgot. There's something. The Italian guy, what's his last name? The defenseman. I don't know why I'm blanking. Pesci. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you still have him. I mean, they have. I don't get it. I mean, dude, they're still in it. They're still in the mix. Oh, yeah. They only have to really get past Florida. You know, they don't know why they're we're going over and dying, but
who knows? It's still early. There could be some big moves in the works for them too.
It is still early. No, you're right.
Scary team still. I still can't believe that the Rangers fucking beat them. I thought they were going to clobbered.
Me too. But when I saw Stamkos get signed by Nashville, I was like, Jesus Christ. And Trotz was like, man, this guy really fucked me up 2 years in a row. I'm just snagging for myself now. 2020, 2021, that guy really put a damper on the thing.
Oh my God!
Him, Point, and Victor and Hedman. Those three guys watch. When we played them in the playoffs, it was brutal.
Yeah,
brutal to watch.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of new faces on teams that I was not expecting. I mean, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. But listen, I don't want you to get in trouble. Once we get some more news about this team and what's going on, we got to get back on here and talk about it, baby. I mean, this is big shit already, which I'm
definitely stoked.
Lou is awake. What the fuck happened?
I think Lou's on the hot seat, kid.
Somebody woke up. He was in the hot seat last season too, and I'm so surprised still that he was like, I'm not going anywhere. Everyone at this table is staying, and I'm like, I don't know.
We'll see what happens, man. I'm definitely excited. It's a good off season so far, and it's not even end of July yet, so something's gonna happen.
No, it's not. But I believe in Wah, man. I do.
I do too. He's gonna be the driving force behind this.
Oh yeah, he has to be. 100%.
100%. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's been an episode of Sunny Days at the Racetrack. It has been quite a while, but we are back. And when we get more news coming about our Belmont boys, we're going to be back on here. Don't you worry, because I'm sure you're itching to hear me fucking speak to this guy with no mustache. Still no fucking mustache. I better see it next time.
When the Sound Tigers come back, maybe I'll grow it back.
Everybody out there, we got to have the Sound Tigers on the island. Put them in the Coliseum.
They need to.
The dead zone right now. Get them in there. Revive that area.
Parking lot.
Seriously, fuck. All right, everybody. You be good, man.
You too, brother.
Get that going. It's fucking bothering me. Get it going. All right.
All right, guys.